Welcome back to the channel, guys. So we have plenty of brand new images coming out of 28 years later, the Bone Temple. This is going to be an exciting one. Make sure you stick around, hit that subscribe button if you enjoy this content so you can stay up to date with all of the news and information that we have going on with this movie in the near future. So we're going to start off with like a little appetizer before we get to these official new images of 28 years later, the Bone Temple. And trust me, guys, you're going to want to see them. We're going to start off with this little appetizer. We have 2 or 3 images of the Bone Temple, new images here that have been taken on the set. So we'll check out these Bone Temple images, then we'll get to those brand new 28 years later Bone Temple official images that have come out as well. So we've got this brand new image here that we're going to start off with. I believe this was taken from one of the actors that is going to be playing one of the Jimmy Gang members. It's an image from the bottom of the Bone Temple. It looks like a bit of a wide angle lens, shot from the bottom, kind of looking up towards the sky. And I thought it was a really cool image that I've not seen before. And the Bone Temple just looks, just looks really, really wicked here. And I thought this is a great image and I thought you guys would enjoy it. So let's move on to the next one. Okay, so up next, we're kind of on a grassy mound, a grassy hill if you like. We have loads of pillars from the Bone Temple in the background, and then we have this kind of rather unique pillar in the foreground here. We can see the ropes kind of holding the bones together. The bones are kind of splayed out at the top, and then we have a skull kind of sat on the top. Again, there's nothing like amazing or incredible here, but it's just a new image of, you know, part of the Bone Temple that we may not have seen before. And I just thought it was a pretty cool image for us to look at here. We have one more image to get to before we get into those official new Bone Temple movie images. So let's just check out this one last appetizing image. Okay, and our final kind of introduction image here. We can see the Bone Temple in the distance. There's kind of like a crane, and there's kind of some vehicles in the distance as well. They're obviously moving some of the pillars around, and we just kind of get a new kind of angle on the Bone Temple, which I thought was pretty cool. We can see some railings off to the left. It's probably to keep the public out of the area, because I believe that the area is probably a public kind of park where you can walk through. There has been fans that have taken pictures, but again, just seeing the Bone Temple in the distance there with the crane kind of working on it, I just thought it was a pretty cool image for us to dive into. Okay, so with that down, this is where we move on to the really juicy part of this video, where we get into these new movie images. Guys, you're really going to want to see this, so let's jump straight into it. And this has been posted to Reddit by Marvel's Grantman136, so kudos to you if you're out there, if you're watching this video. First images of 28 years later, the Bone Temple. So we have like a collage of 3 different images here. So if we go across and blow up these images. Okay, so let's start taking a look at some of the details here. So our first image here, we have Dr. Ian Kelson. It looks like he's back potentially on that train that we saw in the first movie. I don't know this for a fact. I'm just guessing if I had to. But it does look like he's back on that train where we saw that infected woman give birth in the first movie. If I had to guess, I would say that's where he is. I may be wrong. If you guys have any other theories, do let me know. But it looks like he's got his pipe, he's got his pipe here, and he's got some tranquilizer darts. Like we saw in the first movie, he used those darts on Samson to kind of tranquilize him, to kind of make him docile. And he's got a very determined look on his face. Like he's after something, he's hunting something. He's very, very determined here, like I say, with his facial expression. Like he's looking at something, he's going after something. Obviously, it's hard to tell at this point. But man, just seeing Ian Kelson, such a great character. I cannot wait to see what his character arc is going to be in these next couple of movies. Especially when he comes face to face with Cillian Murphy. And also when he comes face to face with the Jimmy Gang as well. You know, Ray Fiennes, man, such a great actor, and I'm so glad they cast him in this movie. But yeah, so that's our first image there, with his little blowpipe and his darts there. So let's move on to the next one. We have our main man here, Samson. He's kneeling in a river. Looks like he's yelling out. Potentially he's tracking down his child. Obviously his child got taken from him. What we're assuming is his child. I don't think there was any confirmation that it was actually his child that was taken from him when that infected woman gave birth, but I think it's pretty obvious at this point. So he's kneeling in a river. He could be just bathing himself. He could be hunting his child. I mean, there's loads of, you know, options as to what this picture could show. But he's yelling out in anger. We can see all these kind of scars and stuff all over him here. But again, it's really cool to see Samson. He's kind of become almost like the mascot of this new trilogy. He's kind of like the face of this new trilogy, and I'm kind of very interested to see his character development and see what happens to him, and if he does get reunited with the child over the next couple of movies here. But a really cool image to see there. Okay, let's keep going down. So this is where we get the most interesting image, and you'll see why in a second. So we have the Jimmy gang here, and it looks like they're at the Bone Temple. We know that they were going to show up at the Bone Temple. They're probably going to have a confrontation with Dr. Ian Kelson, I would imagine, at some point. How that's going to go down, I really don't know. Are they going to have some sort of confrontation, like a physical alteration? Are they going to, become partners and work together for a greater good? Is the Jimmy gang going to manipulate Dr. Ian Kelson in some way? I mean, there's so many different directions that this could go in. But seeing him standing here, he's doing this rather odd pose where he's got his fingers, like he's got his right hand kind of pointing up towards the air. He's got his left hand kind of pointing off towards the edge of the screen. And then obviously we've got members of his gang behind him. And he's got the upside down cross, which usually represents, doesn't it represent like Satanism or kind of rejection of the church? When you've got the upside down cross. That's what that symbology normally means. And you'll see why. So, look at this pose here, guys. The upside down cross, which represents Antichrist, rejection of the church, and things like that. So, if we go over to this image here. So, someone in the community astutely found out that this interesting pose here that Jimmy is doing, if we go across, we have this image here of Satan, which I'm assuming is Satan, doing the exact same pose. I mean, how crazy is that? So we see he's got the goat head, he's got the wings, he's like the fallen angel, and he's making the exact same pose with his fingers up towards the air and then sort of up off to the side of the screen. And that's really creepy stuff, especially when he's wearing the upside down cross as well. So guys, what do you make of that? Do you think that is the exact same pose, and do you think that was done on purpose? Or is it merely just a coincidence and maybe we're stretching a bit too far with the theorizing there? But you can't deny that those two images are pretty damn close to each other. Pretty cool stuff there. So before we finish off the video, let's just go down and check out the comment section here and see what people are saying. Someone put, damn, well spotted, yeah. Yeah, so kudos to Emperor of the Sand. If you're watching, well spotted. I mean, that's some great kind of little investigation that you did there to match up those images. The 28 Days Later film series is chock full of religious Christianity themes, and it's so obvious. Jimmy is basically the devil himself, aka the Prince of Lies, Lucifer. Yeah, I mean, there is a lot of religious iconography running through that first movie in the trilogy, especially with the upside down cross that he wears and all that kind of stuff. And this pose here is just really creepy. The more you think about it, and the more it has ties to Satan or the Antichrist, I mean, the more kind of creepy it gets, the more you think about it. A lot of 28 Days Later had imagery inspired by real-life massacres too, and even at one point, the gas station included imagery inspired by the IRA bombing. Yeah, I mean, just really crazy symbology and stuff. But anyway, guys, instead of us reading through hundreds and hundreds of comments, I think we'll just finish off there as a small kind of update video, looking at these first images of the Bone Temple. So, jump into the comment section, guys. I would love to know what you think about this. Is there anything that you've picked up on that I may have missed? Jump down in the comment section, leave your theories, your comments, your thoughts, your opinions on what these images may mean, what they represent, and what kind of feelings they give you. And like I say, if there's anything that I've missed that maybe you're picking up on, I would love to hear from you guys. As always, you always give great comments, and I really enjoy what you guys have to say. So make sure you have your voice heard in the comment section. Thanks so much for being here as always, guys. You really humble me with your interaction on these videos, and I just can't say it enough that I appreciate so much that you guys are here watching, commenting, listening, liking these videos. So, I really do appreciate that. Make sure you hit the like button before you leave, by the way. Think about becoming a subscriber, guys, if you haven't already. I would love to have you guys on board for the next videos that we have coming up about this movie. The trailer is dropping tomorrow, so don't forget that, guys. And more importantly, hit that notification bell as well, so you don't miss out on any videos or content that we'll be covering here on this movie as the trailer comes out and new information becomes available as well. So, with that down, as always, I will see you guys in the next video.